are you going to give Lautaro Ballon d'Or?
Based on the fact that I'm saying based on the fact that they are saying, oh, you have to excel at international and club level. It meets all the criteria.
There are people that are better. That's the point.
Who is better?
Vini is better.
What did Vini do for Brazil? What did Vini do for Brazil? If you tell me Bellingham is better, fine. What did Vini do for Brazil?
Vini had
one good game all to the tournament.
I'm not talking about the.
So what
I'm talking about Copa America now.
Vinicius Junior, Kylian Mbappe, and Jude Bellingham. Towards the end of last season, these three names were the clear favorites for the Ballon d'Or award. But right now, we're getting new names. Lautaro Martinez impressed in the Copa America, 5 goals, and Argentina won once again. And Rodri was also the player of the tournament as Spain, clinched the Euro win as well. Do you think there is any realistic chance of these two new names winning the Ballon d'Or? I mean, you've given us your take on it before, but you have to expand on it once again.
The question is even different.
Yeah.
Is there a realistic chance?
Yeah.
Because it's one thing for us to say what we think about their chance, about whether they should win or not. It's another thing to say,
if it is realistic.
Yeah, can it happen?
Yeah.
I think it can happen. We saw it happen with Messi in 2021 over the Copa that he won. Because at that time, Messi was not in the conversation for Ballon d'Or before Copa America, and then he did. So I've seen it happen many times
even
before.
For that of Luka Modric.
Modric as well, yeah. Nobody was talking about him for Ballon d'Or after the Champions League ended in 2018.
Final finish in
then World Cup came. But even World Cup is a bigger deal than
the Euros.
Continental competitions, but even continental competitions have put Jorginho in top 3 from nowhere. So realistically, it can happen. I think that a lot of people have felt bad for Rodri for a long time because genuinely he's one of the best players in the world. He's excellent, best in his position, all of that. And we know how excellent he was last season. That's the 2022-2023 season, where Haaland was winning all the awards, and everybody was like, "How about Rodri? How about Rodri?" So it almost feels like now, finally, people have an opportunity to give him something that they feel he has deserved for a long time, which is kind of what happened with Modric as well.
Yeah,
everybody just felt like this guy has not been getting the recognition he deserves. So when it was now a chance to do it, they did it. I think that's what's probably going to happen with Rodri. So there's a possibility that a lot of people will, even the player of the tournament, he didn't deserve it. He had a good tournament. We all know it wasn't supposed to be him.
To be fair,
But I think it's like he comes second to the person that we feel should be.
That's how football was working. And there was someone who did an article the last time on Messi ahead of the Ballon d'Or when he was neck and neck with Haaland on my TL. I'm going to try to I can't remember who it was exactly, but he talked about the Ballon d'Or being about the story rather than who is the best player in the world that year or anything like that. It's always about the story. Who has the best story, most interesting story, and the narrative that you can craft around someone like Vini, for instance. It's a beautiful story. Bellingham, beautiful story. But Rodri also a beautiful story of this guy who came to the Premier League and first season everybody was like, this guy is not good. Like, what's this? Is this the Rodri and everything? And then he rose from the ashes, all of that, and a defensive midfielder being the best player in the world and all of that. So I think it's narrative that is sweetest, which is why Messi also won in 2021, because it's like this guy has been looking for this trophy for. There's no way, he said it. There's no way Messi would win the World Cup or the Copa America first trophy for his national team, and you not give him Ballon d'Or. Do you understand? So I feel like that's what it's going to come down to. The story that the voters like the most.
Yeah, I personally feel like this is the most closely contested Ballon d'Or race we've seen probably a long time. Like over the past few years, we all know that it's between one of two guys, or it's just this guy. Yeah. We always know that this is the clear winner. We always know who it is. But I think this time around there's a bit of, is it Vini? Is it Bellingham? Is it? I don't know if you saw a video recently. They asked Ajax players to name who they think is the clear favorite for the Ballon d'Or. So it was a split. Some were saying Vini, some were saying Bellingham, some were saying Rodri. That tells you that even players are split on opinions and whatnot. But what I'm going to say is, I really want to make a very strong shout for Lautaro Martinez, and this is where PR comes into it. His PR is zero. Obviously
because
obviously because he plays in the Serie A.
No, deservedly.
No.
Why would you say
I'll
that?
explain.
Okay.
In the Serie A, if you are talking about consistency, give Lautaro Martinez his flowers. Only 5 players in the past 65 years in the Serie A have scored more than 20 plus goals in 3 consecutive seasons. When you consider the names that is in category with Edison Cavani, Cristiano Ronaldo, Di Natale, and Battistuta, you know that this guy has done really well for himself. When you further consider that in the past 3 seasons they've given him different strike partners, Zeko, Lukaku, anybody he performs. So when you are talking about consistency, Lautaro Martinez has been up there. This is not just the season where he's performing. He has been doing it for 4 years now.
Yeah.
Now we are saying, okay, Vini and Bellingham, they both did well at club level. They are the same club. So international, whatever.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, it would be the tiebreaker. But this is someone that did well for his club.
Yeah.
And now did well for his country. He was the top scorer at Copa as well. Won Copa America, won the Serie A. So why should he not win it?
Because first of all, in February he disappeared. This guy's season ended.
Vini disappeared. From August to November, Vini scored only 4 or 5 La Liga goals. He disappeared as well.
Here's the difference.
Yeah, what's the difference?
February is the business end of the season.
No,
there's a reason why. Can you remember when we talked about Saka?
But wait. Alan, there were times where Alan would ghost for 6 games. He still won the Golden Boot. Yes,
that's cool. I'm saying that.
Still led.
Yeah, I'm giving you an example of like what we said about Saka when we're talking about him not being nominated for the player of the season.
Yeah.
I remember that I said probably because in the running the person who took center stage was Kai Havertz.
Yeah.
And maybe Odegaard. Saka wasn't as influential as
it was more like
so that kind of
on and off, yeah.
For Lautaro didn't score for like 3 months, or he scored like 1 goal in 3 months or something. He was on course to score like 40 goals. And he ended up with 27 goals in all competitions.
Yeah.
Even Haaland, that we're talking about, Haaland is not having as great a season as he was having before. Haaland scored over 30. Right. Harry Kane, that we're not talking about, won Golden Boots in. He won the European Golden Shoe, Bundesliga top scorer, Champions League top scorer, Euros Golden Boot as well. You understand?
There was a time Vini also ghosted for about 3 or 4 months. He's still in the conversation.
He didn't ghost. He just wasn't at his best.
Why are you shifting the table? Because we always look at what this player has done.
Exactly. He has won everything at club and country level.
You also won the French Cup, and then you go to your country, win the Copa America.
Top scorer at Copa America. He scored the decisive goal in the final.
Yeah, but also he wasn't
does Lautaro Martinez
in the knockouts of the Copa America.
Yeah.
Ecuador, he didn't ball.
But you don't need
semi-final.
You don't need to ball for you to be the best.
Who was Argentina's top scorer?
I understand. I understand what you're saying. Why are you saying that you will give Lautaro? I'm saying that. Are you going to give Lautaro Ballon d'Or?
Based on the fact that I'm saying based on the fact that they are saying, oh, you have to excel at international and club level. It meets all the criteria.
There are people that are better. That's the point.
Who is better?
Vini is better.
What did Vini do for Brazil? What did Vini do for Brazil? If you tell me Bellingham is better, fine. What did Vini do for Brazil?
Vini had
one good game all to the tournament.
I'm not talking about the. So I'm talking about Copa America now. Vini was the CL best player.
Yeah, fair.
That matters.
But what did he do for Brazil?
And he was probably like the second best player.
But we're also looking at the summer tournament.
You're looking at 2 competitions. And you talked about Serie A, and because if we want to do that too, you say Vini wasn't good in Copa America. Lautaro was one that caused his team's exit, 2nd round exit in the Champions League.
Yeah, that's Champions League. He was good in Copa America.
He was at least good at club and country.
Fantastic. But let's look at it. Champions League is as big a stage, or almost as big as international tournaments, right? So we're saying, okay, your domestic league, Vini fantastic, Lautaro fantastic. We're saying Copa America versus UCL.
Yeah.
Vini best player. Lautaro wasn't best player in Copa America.
I think he should have won it. I think he should have won it.
No, if you look at that,
he should have won it.
I think he should have. For overall play, I think James deserves to be the best player of the tournament. But then I'm saying that. But what you are doing currently now, sorry,
you are shifting.
My issue is, were you talking about Lautaro for Ballon d'Or a month ago?
We are not talking about Rodri either.
Exactly. That's why I don't want Rodri either.
No, I feel like exemption for Rodri now. And you talk about the stories.
No.
Exactly. And I'm telling you that the only reason why Lautaro
I was talking about Rodri based on how realistic it is that people will vote for him.
Okay, let me
my opinion. I don't think Rodri should be anywhere near Ballon
for
d'Or.
you. Imagine if Lautaro Martinez played in the Premier League. Let's say he played for City.
He would have won the Golden Boot.
He played for, let's say he played for City. No, let's even say he didn't win the Golden Boot. He scored 22 goals. He played for City and there was always spotlight on him. Just like where did Julian Alvarez finish
last time?
It
was like 8th or something.
Because of what?
League and World Cup.
Yeah,
exactly. Treble and World Cup.
No, it's not because of the treble and World Cup. It's because the spotlight of City was on him.
I did agree with that.
Lautaro Martinez was a City player. If Lautaro Martinez was a City player, I can tell you we'll be talking about him. People don't watch him that well.
No,
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that Lautaro.
I still don't think he deserves it.
Exactly.
I still don't think he deserves it now. But I think he has a realistic chance as any of them.
My problem is,
if I say him in the top 3, I won't be offended.
My problem is
top 5.
My
problem
problem
is top 5 or top 3, I won't be offended.
Why don't
be top 3?
I won't be offended. I promise you.
Why? Harry Kane scored 44. Mbappe scored 44. This guy scored 27 goals.
What did Harry Kane win among all of them? But let's move away from Lautaro Martinez a bit. Let's spread it now a bit. Let's go away from the top 5. And there's talk now about the elephant in the room, Yamal, making the top 10.
Lamine Yamal.
I will never get that thing right. I don't want to get it right. It's very confusing. Yamin. Okay.
Yeah.
Lamine Yamal.
Okay. So there's talk about him getting into the top 10, and this is what I'm going to say. If Barca fans want to come at me, they can come at me. I'll give them my address if they want it. But here's what I'm going to say about Yamal, and it's going to be you are going to just have to think about it first before you attack the message. And I think what Yamal is doing is very special because of his age. But we are taking what he has done as a player, then he should not be in the Ballon d'Or conversation.
No, of course.
What he's doing is very special because as a 16-year-old, how many goals did he score in La Liga?
In La Liga, I'm not sure.
He didn't score up to double digits. He didn't hit double digits. He didn't hit double digits.
Again, it comes back to my points before.
Like I said, if a 24-year-old did what Yamal did, business is another day at the office. But it is very special because this guy is playing with way more maturity than his age. So Barca fans can come and attack me if they want. Yamal is a very, very special player. I love what he's doing. He's playing with way more maturity. Why should anybody
attack you for that?
No, Barca fans can. Let me say some Barca fans.
Ask any Barcelona fan if a month ago they thought Yamal was a Ballon d'Or.
Exactly.
And it comes back to what I keep saying.
Exactly my point.
Apart from being a Ballon d'Or contender, if he's part of those nominees, I don't think he's bad for it. Let's remember,
top 10 or top 5 is too much.
Yes.
Top 30 is good.
So I can recognize
top 30 is fantastic for him.
Top 30, top 20 is good.
Fantastic
because let's not forget, how did Messi win the Ballon d'Or after the World Cup? It's not like he had a fantastic season with PSG, but then the whole story, whatever went on, each of the goals he scored, the fine storyline that went, it just gave.
We are not talking about storyline.
No, it's not. I'm not talking about the story. I'm saying his impact.
Performance on the pitch.
That's why I said Messi was scoring, Yamal was scoring, giving the assist. We can't forget. You can't talk about the Spanish team without that.
How high do you think he should finish?
Chill.
So I'm saying, if you're telling me that we judge Messi's Ballon d'Or based on what he did in the World Cup, then why shouldn't I judge his nomination based on what he did in the Euros?
I'm saying, how high do you think he should finish?
I said top. That's like top 20. If I even see in top 15, I'll be okay.
I have a problem with that.
It doesn't revolve only around the Euros.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Let me give you another analogy. Let me give you another analogy.
Fantastic.
When Messi and Ronaldo were 19 and 20 and they were getting Ballon d'Or podiums, what they were doing was stand out not just for their age, but for any player in the world at that time.
Oh, by the way,
they were not fantastic because of their age.
2010 World Cup.
It's not just
it's
for
fantastic
his age.
because of his age. I promise you.
By the way, Messi
is just fantastic because because of his age.
It's not just because of his age.
Because of his age. There is nothing he's doing that we've not seen Spanish. Cesc Fabregas at 16
for the record
was a phenomenal player.
2010 World Cup, Messi didn't score a goal. 2011 Copa America, Messi didn't score a goal. He won Ballon d'Or both times.
Cesc Fabregas at 16 was almost as talented.
Again, it has to go back to...
at 16 was a genius of a player.
It was,
yes. Is Yamal not a genius of a player?
Yes, but my point remains the same, that what he's doing is special because of his age, not because of the actual impact.
My own point is still based on the way the voting process has been going. If you are giving players this nomination based on the...
Most times
we are saying he should be nominated, but not that high. That's what we are saying.
I don't want to see him in top 5.
Exactly, we are saying he should be nominated, but not that high.
He deserves top 15.
They are doing odds and putting him in top 5.
Please, let's calm down. As at a month or two ago, even any backup fan will not tell you he should be in top 50.
Which brings me back.
But if you are using that, let's remember Haaland not winning the. I'm not talking about the rank. That's for the ranking. If you're talking about not just based on what he did, Haaland won a treble. Did everything.
Haaland should have won that Ballon d'Or.
And then Messi won the one.
Many people feel Haaland should have won it as well.
Many people felt, but he did not win it. So that's what I'm saying. For you to have judged someone because of one good tournament, why shouldn't I judge that's Yamal because of the Euros?
Lamine Yamal.
Oh God, go ahead.
You made the mistake. Nice one. Welcome to the club. Welcome. You made your own mistake. Your own is coming.
Yes, I actually did, but I didn't catch it. But this brings me back to the process for these awards. I have a problem with it. How can you not be talking about look at now after the Champions League final? Remember what happened with Rio Ferdinand?
Yeah.
When Vini scored and he said that's the Ballon d'Or right there. Yeah. Sealed, delivered.
No way.
Then a month later
he came out.
We're not hearing new names that were not. So if what you've played for 10 months wasn't enough for people to be saying, this one is a front runner for Ballon d'Or. If I was hearing Lautaro, for instance, a month ago, where everybody was saying, Lautaro, what a great season. Even the main guy that is pushing him on Twitter, Neil Gardner, wasn't saying a month ago that
it was after the Copa.
But you know one thing for Lautaro, just like we said,
why is it not in the conversation?
You look at that's the Syria, and they have a poor PR. If not, they're supposed to have been pushing this player.
Which
a lot of people
PR?
know the numbers of Lautaro.
But which PR is going to make you enter Ballon d'Or conversation a month ago?
By the way, let's think about something first. If Copa America and Euros are tiebreakers for what happens to the AFCON
and Asian Cup as well. And this is what I've been fighting for a long time.
Because
for a long time.
I said it on this. I said it on you guys were laughing. I want to see Stalinwa Bali nominated. I promise you, I want to see him nominated. I want to see Trostekong nominated. Or now, being serious, I want to see Ademola Lookman nominated.
No, if I don't see Ademola in top 10,
if I don't see him,
I'm going to fight everybody. If I don't see him top 10,
he was Atlanta's player of the season, was he not?
Yes, and he scored a hat trick.
He scored a hat trick.
European
stop the invincible run, like in all
they caused Liverpool,
Victor Boniface. Although the problem with Boniface that he was inconsistent due to injuries. This is my problem. But
international tournaments. The way you start erasing everybody that has done something. Foden was player of the year in the Premier League. Now nobody's even mentioning Foden again. It's almost like he had a bad.
People now forget what he did.
Do you understand?
And it brings me to the time when Mane came second. I can bet you that if it was an European player that did everything easily, there is no debate.
We put pressure. Just one day.
If not for the pressure, like
Africans,
how can Copa America just produce?
But the problem, one problem with this voting issue is that firstly is a recency factor. Look at the most recent tournament, people are in the euphoria of that moment. Then popularity also comes into play. Because that is why people can just sleep away and vote.
Popularity is obviously the biggest factor, but another thing, just like I feel like I've said this thing on this set and I'll continue to say it again. We Africans, we don't support our own. Since now that we've started seeing the list of those that voted. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm surprised when I see African so-called journalists. They will not even put Mane's name there, or they will not put Osimhen's name.
Sadly, in Nigeria, they did not put Osimhen. But that's why I love Croatia. Croatia, no matter how poor they are, Luka Modric is the best player.
I get the point, but again, this also brings us back to the integrity of the award. Everybody else goes and votes who they like. I remember when Aguero said, no matter the year, you must vote Messi.
That's the thing.
That kind of mentality.
At least you heard the chant on the Argentine, but we are going to win for Messi, not for myself, not for the country, but for Messi.
For my own
anyway, my own
career.
is I want to see Trustekong nominated. That's the best player from AFCON 2023.
Yeah.
And he must be nominated. I don't want to hear it because you are going to nominate Rodri because he was best player you're
Euros.
going to probably nominate. If I see James in this thing and I don't see Trustekong, if I see James,
but James has been
because there's no difference.
There's a difference.
So were you mentioning his name? It's not about whether he has
what
been
kind of
playing
season
or
has
not.
James had?
Do you even know anything about his past season?
James has been struggling and they've been pushing him everywhere.
He deserves a push.
From continent to continent.
If he deserves a push, Trustekong deserves the
he also
same
deserves a
push.
push.
Ademola Lookman as well because he had a fantastic AFCON.
It's not debatable. He must be there.
We must also remember that Lookman had a fantastic AFCON.
Let's not forget that he was not even
club and country. Lookman has been on fire. In fact, I think Lookman is also the favorite to win CAF.
No, he has to win
CAF Player of the Year as well.
I say I will be there. I will be there. If I don't,
he has to win it.
I will make noise.
I don't say any other person, but for me, I will still.
But even the Asian Cup,
that Yamal, no, he should not be in that. He should not be in that top 15.
They can just nominate him top 30.
He's in my top 50,
recognition
top
for
20.
fantastic.
But anyway, that's all we have today.
All right, so we are going to see how this Ballon d'Or will play out. Just like we all have different opinions, it's going to be a very tightly contested race. Everybody is split on opinions right now. Who should win it? Should we give Vinny, Bellingham? We're not even mentioning Mbappe as well.
Yeah,
Mbappe should be top
we know what.
We are not mentioning Mbappe as well.
Mbappe should be top 3.
Is the Euros.
So
Mbappe should be top 3.
So the conversation is just.
We're not mentioning Pepe too.
The conversation is going to keep on going and going until October when the winner is going to be revealed. Tell us what you think in the comment section. Who should win and why, and who are the players that should be considered that we are not mentioning? And just like Ceribone said, do you agree that players who were not mentioned before should certainly not be mentioned after an international tournament? We'll wait to hear what you think in the comment section below, and in the meantime, give us your like and hit the subscribe button if you've not done that yet, and also share this across all your social media platforms. And of course, once again, when the Ballon d'Or winner comes, we'll be here to discuss who that is and if we agree.
We'll be here to fight
that prize. I don't know if Sarah is going to be there.
Okay, we're going to be there.